Ladies and gentlemen, I've got the newest Terre de Hermes flanker Eau GIVRÉE, which was a surprise. I wasn't expecting it so soon, but the sales assistant over at the department store had called me over from Hermes and said, Eau GIVRÉE is here, which was a nice surprise, but they had no testers, so it's a complete blind buy for me. I have no idea what it smells like. Just read a couple of the reviews, and I'm interested enough every time there's a new Terre perfume, you know, color me interested. I am a big fan of Hermes. I am a massive, massive fan of Jean Claude Ellena and all of his work, you know, inside and outside of Hermes. But I think more Hermes than any, like his work with Frederic Malle is great and I love it, but there's just something about the combination of Hermes, the airiness, the whimsical of it all, the lightness and transparency, and Jean-Claude. You know, it's just like the perfect match made in heaven. And I miss you, Jean-Claude. I miss you. Come back in some kind of aspect. I don't care where or how. Just keep creating as long as you're capable of. I definitely miss one of my favorite perfumers. And, you know, with the new, it's not even new, it's been several years now, of Christine Nagel with Hermes, I'm not really sure where I stand. Like, I like a lot of her things, but it's just not the same, you know? It's not the same, and I can't let that go. I'm still struggling with that changeover. But let's get into this. Let's get into this. This is all very new. We've got a ton of samples here. We'll look at these in a bit. Okay. So we've got fancy packaging. There's the box. They've got some interesting box here. Eau GIVRÉE, which means frozen. Terre de Hermes, frozen. So they had the Terre Eau de Toilette, which I love. It's my brother-in-law's signature scent. I love smelling it on him. I love wearing it myself. I think it's my favorite. Then they had the Eau de Parfum. And Eau Très Fraîche, which I love as well. Let's get that out of there. So this is a refillable, rechargeable Eau de Parfum. Interesting. Interesting, because Eau Très Fraîche was a Eau de Toilette. And Eau Intense Vetiver, where are you? Okay, which I wasn't the biggest fan of. I think this was my first disappointment coming from the new perfumer. This is an Eau de Parfum as well. And, you know, it's nice. It's really nice. It just doesn't kind of suit my style. I wasn't a big fan of it. Okay, so, oh, interesting. They've done something here. They've done a thing. Nagel and Hermes have done a thing. They've added a kind of matte finish to there. They've got this icy finish to it. Interesting. Okay. I mean, GIVRÉE is, the translation is frozen. Oh, and they've added a cap. They've changed Terre. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this right now. This is all really weird to me. I had no idea this was happening, and I didn't expect this at all, but Terre with a cap. Terre with a cap. What is going on? Like, what happened to this? Right? What happened to this? Weird. Weird. Who's responsible for this? And it's like it's got like a nice polished finish to it. You can see the swirls on that cap. Interesting. Okay. I'm not sure why this was necessary, but I mean, we're discovering this together. 100 ml Eau de Parfum, refillable natural spray. Okay, so refillable. I wonder how you open this. Okay, so let's spray this on. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. It's nice. I mean, I don't know if this was worth discontinuing Eau Très Fraîche, but it is nice. And man, Hermes does citrus like nobody's business. I think from all the designers, I think Hermes is at the top. This is nice. This is very lemony, citron. This has got citron, and citron is in the lemon family. Very lemony, very sharp, zesty, crisp, fresh, clean. I get laundry musks right off the top. Somewhat minty. I feel like there's mint and almost like a pine, a minty pineness coming from the back. It's definitely a Terre flanker. It stays true to the Terre de Hermes family. Slightly peppery. Airy. This is more airy than, you know, Eau Intense Vetiver. I think it's most similar to Eau Intense Vetiver, but it's much airier. It's not as heavy, or it's not as heavily set as Intense Vetiver. There's a nice mintiness, a nice cooling, calmingness to this very crisp, fresh air. Very zesty, very sparkling. And I get what they mean by frozen givre. It's crisp air. That's what it feels like. Crisp air. Mountain, fresh crispness. Woodsy. It feels like it's missing the cumin from Eau Très Fraîche. I'm going to put on a little bit of Eau Très Fraîche just to remind me. Eau Très Fraîche was much spicier. Eau Très Fraîche. I think Eau Très Fraîche is borderline masterpiece. I love this. They're both very fresh, but you know, they're both for. I don't know if this was necessary. I don't know if this was worth discontinuing Eau Très Fraîche. I mean, it's different, but they're both very citrusy, and they do the same thing, but just relatively not all that different. It's really nice, though. It is. I like this. I like this more than Eau Intense Vetiver. I wasn't a huge fan of it, so I think this is really nice. I just don't think it was really all that necessary. I like what it does so far. I like that freshness. I like that mintiness. I feel like there's some pine notes in there. It's spicy, peppery, but it's, you know, removed like the cumin or cardamom and that sort of thing. It's more black pepperish. But nice. There you go. This will be available very soon to most of you. Bottle's a little bit different. I'm not sure what that is all about. Let's see what samples I got here before I go quickly. Got a lot of samples. Damn. Like the Eau Très Fraîche had that dirtiness to it, those dirty spices. I don't get that in Eau GIVRÉE. So we got Twilly, ginger, Eau Ginger. We got a couple of those. We got Un Jardin sur le Nil, Un Jardin sur la Lagune, Un Jardin sur le Nil, sur les Nil, sur les Toits, sur les Toits, and Lagoon. Okay, nice. These are all very nice. I will give these a shot, but if you've tried Givre or Frozen, let us know in the comments what you think of it. I think it's nice. I like it. I just don't think it was worth chopping Jean Claude Ellena's masterpiece in order to make room for this. You know, I get it. There's not enough room for both of these. One had to go, and I guess Eau Très Fraîche got the chop. Yeah, that makes sense to me. They kind of do the same thing, but I wonder why they felt necessary to get rid of Jean Claude's work in order to make room for this. Like, it doesn't really do anything different. It's got that muskiness that H24 has, that slightly laundered musk. I get that mintiness. Sparkling. It's got a lot of light to it. A lot of light, it feels a little bit rubbery, balsamic-y, very smooth, very clean. It's nice. I like it. I just don't understand why they had to chop Eau Très Fraîche, which is a sin for me. But anyway, drop a comment down below. Let us know what you think or what you're expecting, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.